C.S. Lewis is probably the most well-known Irish intellect, and I try to quote C.S. Lewis whenever I can, because Irish and intellect are not two terms that go together very often. So every chance I have to quote C.S. Lewis, I quote him. And so the story goes that this Russian cosmonaut was orbiting space, and he came back and he was being interviewed, and the journalist asked him, so in your travels, did you find God? Like, did you happen to bump into the big guy up there? Like, is he kind of like the Wizard of Oz, hiding behind the curtain, working the levers? Like, did you find God? And of course, the answer, given dismissively, demeaningly, and respectfully, was like, no, of course I didn't find God. When Lewis read the report, he then wrote an article in response and said that basically asking a Russian cosmonaut, did he find God in space, is like asking Hamlet if he could find Shakespeare in his attic. The only way Hamlet could know the nature, character, and person of Shakespeare is if Shakespeare were to write himself into the story. What John is saying is this is precisely what God has done in sending Jesus. He chose to write himself into our story. And our story isn't like just the human story, the meta-narrative, but it's your story.